Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to your April bonus reading. We're just going to jump right in here, and we're going to just do a Celtic Cross for this bonus reading, and that's going to be that. I'll take both cards, why not? And there won't be a part two. I'm just going to clarify in this reading, just so you know, but let's see here, Cancer, what we have going on for you. I kind of like where this is going, but let's see what we have for you. Definitely like some sort of new beginning coming in for you here. Sorry, I thought I switched, but I didn't. You have the Death card and the Page of Pentacles. I mean, literally a new beginning. The Page of Pentacles is a card of a new beginning. The Death card is a card of a transformation. So I do feel like you are kind of undergoing a transformation at this time with these two cards. The Page of Pentacles to me would say that the new beginning that's coming in for you is kind of like something that you're going to have to learn, you know? The Page of Pentacles is a card of studiousness. So whenever I feel that there could be a new beginning coming in for you, could be like a new job, new business, new relationship, whatever, usually it represents kind of like needing to learn new things about whatever the situation is. You have the Hangman here, and this is your crossing energy. So the Hangman is crossing you. I feel like it's just saying, what are you waiting for? You know, the Hangman is kind of like, he has gained enlightenment. His head is glowing there, and I kind of feel like it's saying that you need to realize that it's time to get started. It's time to kind of release something and get going. The other thing is, intuitively, I kind of feel like it should have been in reverse. In reverse, the Hangman kind of represents putting on a show. You know, it almost looks like he is dancing in the reverse. So what does this mean? It means that sometimes, like, I think we create artificial, you know, milestones for things. It's like if we want to start a business, for example, we might in our head think, oh, I need all this money and I need all this support and all these other things, but maybe you actually don't, right? So the Hangman in reverse, sometimes, to me, I feel like it says that you think you need all these things that you don't actually need. You just need to get started, right? So he has everything he needs right between his two ears. His head is glowing. He has gained enlightenment. He knows what to do. It's like you know what to do. With the next in the area of your thoughts, you have the Seven of Pentacles. Again, I feel like you know it's time for a new beginning. You know, he is looking at those seven pentacles and he's saying, is the juice worth the squeeze? Is he getting what he deserves out of those seven pentacles or not? And, you know, again, I can't answer that question for you. You have to answer that question on your own. He's like saying, is the situation I'm in worth it? So I feel a lot of you are doing a lot of analyzing. You also have the Hermit at the end. The Hermit represents Virgo, and Virgos are known for analysis, right? And so I feel for a lot of you here, Cancer, you could be doing a lot of analysis where you're like looking at things in your life, things that you're doing, and you're like saying, is it worth it? Could be relationships as well. In the area of your foundation, you have the Six of Wands. Love it. Definitely, I feel you have a lot of support here with this energy, so I like to see that. I would definitely be careful of who you share your ideas with, though. Like, I feel like people are supportive of you, but there's a person over here who is jealous. And it's kind of hard, actually, in this deck, the cards are kind of like bigger, so their face is kind of cut off in this deck. But, you know, they kind of have this like jealous look. They're like looking at the person that's on the horse, and they might be jealous of their success or whatever. And I would just be careful of that jealous energy. Really, that's not what's popping into my head, though. I read intuitively, and what I'm getting here is it's like sometimes I think maybe we have an idea to do something, and we tell people in our life, hey, I want to move, or I want to start this business, and they give us their 2 cents. And it's like, I don't think anyone's doing anything harmful here. I just think people could be giving you advice because they just can't see your vision. It's not their life. Your life is not their life, is what I'm trying to say here. So I would be careful of like the advice that you take. Again, I'm not saying anyone is doing anything harmful to you. I just think that the advice is off. So it's like if you're making a big change here, which it looks like you are because you have the Ace of Pentacles showing up here, I would just be careful of the advice that you accept. Next, you have the Empress here. The Empress is showing up in the energy that you are moving past. So that doesn't have to be a bad thing, by the way. You can just say that you are having your harvest, which in the near future, you have the Ten of Wands. We'll talk about that in just a second. But it could say you're having your harvest. It could also say that you are ready for change. There is a waterfall right above my finger there on the Empress. The waterfall, it represents the fact that she understands that, abundance flows to her from never-ending source energy. So she understands that she is endlessly abundant, right? But it also is tied to the tower, the waterfall. If you were at the bottom of a waterfall, you would be like getting tossed around. It kind of represents the chaos that exists in life. It represents the fact that things can always change and things are always changing. And, the bottom of a river is never the same. There's actually a saying, I'm a fishing nerd. I love fishing, right? And there's a saying, you never enter the same river twice because the river is always changing. That's popping into my head for you here. It's like you're understanding that the flow is always changing. And here you go. In the near future, you have the Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands can represent burdens, being exhausted after a long journey or doing a lot of work. Really, the story about this guy here is that he has planted his fields and he is now carrying a harvest back to his house that's right here. So to me, the Ten of Wands is actually a good card, kind of. I know some readers read it as a bad card, which is fine, but to me, it's a good card because he's about to have a harvest. How can that be a bad thing? It's like, yes, he's done a lot of work, but usually if you do a lot of work, it usually pays off, right? And that's what I feel like is happening for you here, Cancer. I just feel like your hard work is paying off. Over the next few months, you have the Nine of Wands. Do you want to do it again? That is the question. If you're getting a reward, sometimes I think we do a lot of work and then we get the reward, but we're like, do I really want to go through that again? The Nine of Wands kind of says, yes, you actually do. So if you're doing something again, could be anything. Maybe you're, working on another business project or something like that. But here's the difference with the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands, he is kind of looking over his shoulder at those wands behind him, and he is saying, like, what didn't I do the first time? And so I feel like if you're repeating anything at this time, it could be repeating a relationship, and I do not mean going back to the past. What I mean is you could be entering into a new relationship, so you're just repeating love, like you're dating again or something like that. Nine of Wands says, don't dwell on the past, don't live in the past, but make sure you're not repeating a mistake. Seven of Pentacles, is the juice worth the squeeze? Again, a lot of analysis here, and it makes sense that we have the Mercury retrograde coming up on May 10th. Even though we're not in the retrograde yet, it doesn't matter. We could still be experiencing that energy. So I would say it's a really good time for you to kind of look back at mistakes you've made, especially as far as a harvest is concerned. Even your next card is the Ace of Pentacles, which the Ace of Pentacles could be a harvest. Really, the Ace of Pentacles is an opportunity for a harvest. There's a mountain right here through the archway, whatever you call this thing, right here. And that mountain kind of says, like, you have to do the work. Mountains in the tarot represent achievements. Guess what, Cancer? The Hermit is standing at the top of a mountain. So clearly, you are going to conquer this mountain. This is showing up in the area of your closest relationships. So I do feel like there could just be, as far as like friends, family, even love are concerned, there could be a lot of good stuff coming up in relationships with the Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles says, that in all relationships, we should be focusing on kind of like nurturing them and growing them with the Ace of Pentacles, and also make sure that they're fulfilling you as well, right? It goes both ways with the Ace of Pentacles. Next, you have the Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles says it's time to release the past. So again, I would let go of the past. I would also open up with the Four of Pentacles. This is showing up in the area of your future feelings. And the Four of Pentacles can represent just trying to maintain the status quo, right? Which I've talked about a lot because I feel like just because of all the stuff that's going on in the world, it's like if things are going okay, I think people are kind of like saying, I'd rather have okay than, everything else that's going on in the world. So it's like people are holding on to things. And again, I would be careful of that because you have the Hermit as your outcome, which is an achievement. Again, he is standing at the top of the mountain. He has gone through something difficult. He has completed his journey, and he's gained a lot of wisdom because of it. But he might be stuck here, and he could use this lantern over here to kind of like melt the ice that is at his feet. And so sometimes I feel with the Hermit that it's about like needing to kind of set yourself free, which I kind of feel for you here. But I do feel like there's definitely an achievement coming in for you. But let's see where this is going here, Cancer. And let's see what's going on. With the Page of Pentacles in the Hangman, you have the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles is like hard work and You had the Page of Pentacles and the Death card here. Two of Pentacles definitely says pick the new path. It makes perfect sense to me that you start with the Death card and the Page of Pentacles. I was saying it's like you're learning something new, like a new person. It's like when we get a new relationship, we're learning a new person, basically. If we start a new job or a new business, we're learning something new. Two of Pentacles says pick the new path. That's not like accurate tarot, but intuitively, that's what I feel like it's saying. With this, here you go. With the Seven of Pentacles, you are clearly leaving something behind. You have the Five of Swords. So it's like this is a new beginning reading all the way. I feel like you're kind of opening up to a new beginning here with the Five of Swords. With the Six of Wands, you have the Wheel of Fortune, taking control of your destiny, moving closer to your destiny, maybe Cancer, with the Wheel of Fortune. Something's going on here with the Wheel of Fortune, but I definitely like this reading. And I feel like things are kind of spinning in your favor with the Wheel of Fortune. With the Ten of Wands, you have the Devil. I would definitely be careful of like dealing with anyone who's toxic, of course, with the Devil. Part of me feels with the Ten of Wands and the Devil here that, again, you have that Seven of Pentacles and the Five of Swords now. It's kind of like, I think you're just looking at all situations and you're like saying, is the juice worth the squeeze? The Devil can be you being bound or stuck to something. Could even be a job, right? Ten of Wands, work. And so it could be something that is just work related. I look at the Devil as an energy vampire, basically something that takes more from you than you receive in return, right? And so I feel with this Ten of Wands, it's interesting to go Ten of Wands to Nine of Wands, because like I said earlier with the Nine of Wands, it's almost like there's a better way to do something that doesn't use up so much of your energy. And again, this could be anything. Could be a relationship, business, whatever. But I feel like even like, look at him. He's looking up. It's kind of hard to see, I think, because of how I have the camera set up. But the Nine of Wands, he's looking up at the Ten of Wands and the Devil. I feel like, again, I'm not suggesting you live in the past, but I am suggesting that maybe you look at the past and you say like, how can I avoid this? Something stealing my energy. With the Nine of Wands, you have the Page of Cups. So again, this could definitely be love that's coming in for you. And this could be a person who kind of really wants to put in the effort, who really wants to put in the time, who really wants to make things work. So I feel like this is pretty good. The Page of Cups is also your imagination. Normally he has that cup out in front of him, and he's looking in the cup, and there's a fish in the cup. And so it can be part of your imagination, or kind of like imagining something that you want to create in your life. With the Ace of Pentacles, you have the Empress. There you go. You kind of begin the reading with the Empress, and you kind of end the reading as the Empress as well. Some of you could definitely be regaining your Empress status. It's like maybe you feel like you have not been having the abundance you desire in your life, and now you're kind of like stepping back into the abundance that you desire. Love it. With the Four of Pentacles, you have the Two of Cups. There you go. Two of Cups is a perfect match. So I feel like in the future, that is the area of your future feelings. You will be feeling love. The Two of Cups, it's kind of weird. At the beginning of the year, when I did the 2022 readings, right? I almost every single person had the Two of Cups, and I said, if there's love coming in for like everyone, I noticed because it was like a collective energy, it's probably going to be someone who's different than your usual type. So I don't know. Sometimes I feel like the universe just wants to mix things up, right? And it's just like, oh, no, you're going to attract someone that's different, completely different than what you're used to. But definitely could be love. And here you go. With the Hermit, you have the Lovers. Could be a Virgo coming in for you. Could be any sign, but, you have Virgo at the end. You have Gemini as well. Capricorn. Could be, could be an Earth sign. Could be any sign, really. But definitely could be love. If it's not love, guess what? The whole entire reading is a crossroads reading. Just like I said at the beginning of the reading, Lovers is a card that was traditionally called the Crossroads, and it just represents, or it can just represent a crossroads, and it kind of represents picking the new path. So definitely an exciting new adventure awaits for you, Cancer. Pretty simple. I like it. So thank you for being here, Cancer. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your Sun, Moon, and Rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your month.